Hi dear YouTubers, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to turn fast startup on or off in Windows 11. So let's begin. Turning off fast startup does have its benefits, but how do you do it on Windows 11? Here is how. Windows 11 has kept many of the useful features from its predecessor, including fast startup. As the name suggests, fast startup allows your computer to start up faster after a shutdown. Hibernate's capable Windows 11 system come with fast startup enabled by default. If you want to turn on or off fast startup in Windows 11 manually, this tutorial will show you how. Why should you enable or disable fast startup? With the release of Windows 8, Microsoft updated and renamed the default shutdown scenario as fast startup. It begins with the shutdown process by writing data to disk, similar to the Hibernate process. However, unlike hibernation, it logs off all the user sessions and writes the naming the remaining boot information to the Iberfield file. So instead of loading everything from scratch, Windows loads data from the Iberfile system into memory when you restart your computer, significantly reducing the boot time. That said, fast startup is not without its shortcomings. For example, according to Microsoft, you may face difficulties installing Windows updates on fast startup enabled systems. Another reason is the missing dual boot option because of the disabled delayed start function. To learn more, read our explainer on how fast startup works and why you should disable it. To turn on fast startup, you must have Hibernate feature enabled on your computer. First, go to Start, Power, and check if the Hibernate option is available. If not, follow these steps. How to enable hibernation in Windows 11. First, startup is only available on systems compatible with the Hibernate feature, available on almost all modern computers. However, this option is often disabled by default on lower-end systems. To enable Hibernate on Windows 11, type in CMD in the Windows search bar. Right-click on Command Prompt and select Run as administrator. In the command prompt window, type the following command and hit enter to turn on Hibernate. Type in powercfg.cpl on. Now that you have enabled the Hibernate feature, follow these steps to enable fast startup. How to turn on or off fast startup in the control panel. The easiest way to turn on fast startup is via the control panel's power settings. Here is how to do it. Press Windows plus R to open Run. Type in Ctrl and click OK to open the control panel. Go to System and Security and then click on Power Options. In the left pane, click on Choose what the power button do. Next, click the Change Settings that are currently unavailable link. Under the Shutdown Settings section, check the Turn on Fast Startup recommended option to turn on the feature, and check the Turn on Fast Startup option to turn it off. Click Save Changes to apply the changes. How to turn on or off fast startup using the registry editor. The next set of methods involves modifying the Windows registry. If something goes wrong, restoring your system to a functioning state can become difficult. So, create a restore point before attempting to edit or read registry entries. This will allow you to undo the changes if your system breaks during the process. Once done, do the following. Press Windows plus R to open Run. Type in regedit and click OK. Click Yes when prompted by UAC. In the registry editor, navigate to the following location: HK local machine, system, current control set, control session manager, power. You can also copy past the above path for quicker navigation. In the right pane, scroll down to and locate the default value Iberboot enabled. Right click on Iberboot enabled and select modify. Type in 1 in the value data field and click OK to save the changes. To turn off fast startup, enter 0 in the value data field and click OK. Close the registry editor and reboot your computer. How to turn on or off fast startup using a registry file. If you don't want to work with the registry editor, you can create a rig file and run it to achieve the same. Here's how to do it. Search for the Notepad app and open it. To enable the fast startup, copy and paste the following code in the Notepad file. Windows Registry File Editor version 5.00 key local machine system current control session manager power Hibernate enabled dword number 1 value. To disable fast startup, copy and paste the following code instead. Windows Registry Editor version 5.00 Iberboot enabled dword 0 value. Click on File and click on Save As. Enter file name as enable Fast Startup Break or disable Fast Startup Break. Click on Save as tip drop down and select all files. Next, click Save. Double click on the Enable Fast Startup Break file to run. Then click Yes and Yes to confirm the action. How to enable or disable fast startup in the Group Policy Editor. Group Policy Editor allows you to configure your group policy settings to allow or restrict features as required. You can use it to enable or disable the fast startup feature on your Windows computer. Note that the Group Policy Editor is only available in Windows 8 Pro and Enterprise Edition of the operating system. If you are running at home, here is how to access the Group Policy Editor in the Windows Home. Follow this step to run or to turn on Fast Startup on Windows 11. Press Windows plus R to open Run. Type in gpedit mec and click OK to open Group Policy Editor. In Group Policy Editor, navigate to the following location: Computer Configuration, Administrative Templates, System Shutdown. In the right pane, right-click on Require Use of Fast Startup and select Edit. Select Enable or Disable and click Apply and OK to save the changes. How to turn off Fast Startup using the command prompt. Since Fast Startup depends on the Hibernate feature, you can disable Hibernate to turn off Fast Startup. However, this will also turn off Hibernate in Power option to treat carefully. Press Windows plus R to open Run. Type in CMD into the box and then press Ctrl plus Shift plus Enter to open the command prompt as administrator. In the command prompt window, type in the following command and hit Enter: powercfg h off. So conclusion, the fast startup feature works like a charm on the older and slower systems with traditional HDDs or hybrid configurations. While you can shave off a few seconds even on an SSD, the incompatibility with dual boot and issue with Windows Update is an annoyance for many. Whether you want to turn fast start or on or off depends on what problem you are trying to solve. Try experimenting with the feature to see if it works for you. If not, you can always undo the change. So that's the end of the video. If you like it, give a thumbs up. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. I hope you are doing well, guys. See you soon at the following tutorials. Bye.